So welcome to my series, We Have That at Home. This episode is my bone broth recipe because pretty much everything in this recipe is something I already have at home, whether it's staple items like peppercorn and turmeric, cayenne, or things that I always have, which is like onion and garlic and lemon, or things that I have used throughout the week, like scraps. So in here is squeezed lemon, shallot that was kind of older, so I know it's not like that good, but it's perfectly fine for bone broth. And then the main attraction for this bone broth are rotisserie chicken bones. So I love to just buy rotisserie chicken at the little market around the corner so that I can have chicken for sandwiches, for chicken salad, things like that. But I'm always feeling bad because I know I'm not getting everything off the bones. But this is a good way to make sure you don't waste and use as much of the bones as possible. So it makes me feel so much better because it's all going into our broth. So we eat this pretty much weekly. I make it almost every Sunday because we just love it for lunches. Now that it's getting into cold months, so good to just like sip on a mug of bone broth. Yes, it's that good. So I'm going to show you how I make this super easy bone broth in my crock pot. And I do like doing it in a crock pot. It's honestly a instant pot, so I could probably pressure cook this, but I like to split it up and put everything in the crock pot, and then the next day that's when I kind of take the time to strain it, whatever. You can totally do this in a pressure cooker, but here's how I do it in a slow cooker. Okay, so let's make this bone broth, and this is so easy, you guys. So I am just using a slow cooker, and you just put everything in there, and then you let it cook for 24 hours, 20 to 24 hours, and that's it. And then you strain it, and it's incredible, and it lasts all week. We're going to put the bones first. So again, this is just like scraps of everything that I used for the week. I usually compost this, but it feels so good to just like put it in your broth, not let it go to waste. So this is cut lemons, cut shallot, cut onions, and garlic. So I pretty much just keep this just like a compostable plastic bag. You can just like keep a plastic bag in your freezer, and it's just always in my freezer. And throughout the week, as I'm making food, any onions, any like scraps from what I'm using, celery, carrots, herbs, fresh herbs, like the stems I put right in here. If like my fresh herbs are kind of going bad, not bad, but just like a little dark, I'll just stick those in the freezer in this bag and use those for my stock. So this is old basil that I just froze because I just didn't want it to go bad. And then these are things that I'm going to use for dinner tonight, but this like kind of, sad looking part of the onion, I'm just going to put in here. Okay. And same with this, I'm just going to put all the parts that that I would otherwise cut off. So like this, same thing. I'm just going to pull this right off and put it in here. And I'm even going to just snap it at the end and put the bulb in here. So again, the stuff I would already be composting. So it's so good for your broth. I always make sure and put onion in my broth. It gives it such a good flavor. And sometimes, like I'm doing for the carrots, sometimes if I say I don't have my onion scraps yet, but I do have, an onion, I'll like literally just cut the tops off, add it into my broth, and then I'll like dice these up and make sure to use them like that day or night or whatever. these carrot tops. I'm going to use these carrots for dinner tonight. So since I'm already going to cut these tops off, I'm just going to do it right now. This is kind of like an older bulb of garlic, and they're not bad or anything, but I have so much garlic that I'm just going to put this in my broth. So, okay, and then I like to drink lemon juice and vinegar in the morning. It's really good for digestion and for health. So I usually will zest my lemons, freeze the zest, squeeze them for my drink in the morning, and then I freeze the actual lemon themselves and put them in my bone broth. Okay, so then this celery, this is a lot of celery, so I'm going to just put these pieces in, and then I'm going to actually save this other piece for my next batch because I do this weekly. So these are Parmesan rinds. I went to my Italian market that I go to get my flour for pasta and cheese and Italian meats and things like that. And they'll grate your parm for you, and then they'll ask if you want the rinds. And of course we want the rinds for our stock. So we're going to put that in there. Something I always have is ginger. And this is really good for your body, really good in stock. So I'll just like cut a few pieces of ginger. Usually I'll have fresh rosemary. I don't have it right now. So any fresh herbs that you have should go in your stock, especially like stems. If I have parsley, I'll just like cut the stems off, put them in my stock. Dried thyme, dried rosemary is so good in your stock. I'm going to put a couple bay leaves, which I always have on hand. These types of things don't go bad, so, you know, it's so good. So peppercorn, so good for you and so delicious in your stock. I'm just going to put a bit in there, just eyeball it. Turmeric, so good for you. Also something I always have. So I'm just going to put a bunch of that in there. And then cayenne, also really good for you. This is brand new, so I had to pick some up since I always use cayenne, especially if I'm feeling like I'm getting sick. Feel free to just put like a dash of it, you know, but we do like a nice spicy bone broth just with a little kick. It like really brings out the flavors. Okay, and then another thing that I always have on hand is honey. So we're just gonna add a little sweetness to this. I probably put about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Again, I pretty much eye all of this. And then last but not least, salt. So you want to add a good amount of salt. It will bring the flavors out. Here comes Moose. I'm surprised he didn't come in for the rotisserie chicken. So we're going to just add a good amount of salt. That was probably, again, like 2 to 3 tablespoons. This is going to be a big batch, so it might sound like a lot of salt, but it's not a lot when you have a whole crock pot full. So this is what our stock looks like. Again, this changes every single week. It all depends on what I've used that week. And then it pretty much, the things that stay the same are peppercorn, dried herbs, bay leaves, turmeric, cayenne. I always have garlic on hand. I always have onion, and I always have ginger. Always have honey, and then of course salt. We're always going to add salt to this. So, and I always pretty much have Parmesan, because who wouldn't? So Usually I have Parmesan rinds. If I don't, I'll just like kind of cut a little piece of parm, put it in there. I think that's it. So yeah, super easy. Probably takes me like 5 to 10 minutes. And then it takes me probably like 20 minutes after 24 hours when it's done to strain it into my little freezer things or into mason jars, trying to do less plastics. So yeah. And then from here, we're just going to fill it up with water. So that ended up being 12 cups of water. So you're going to get pretty much like 12 cups out of this, 10 to 12 cups. So from here, we're going to just now put our lid on. I know that this looks kind of crazy on the video. So we're just going to top it now, slow cook it for 20 to 24 hours. Usually once this is 16, I'll up it 4 more so that the total amount is 24 hours. I usually just do that so that it's like the next day. So yeah, I'll see you in 24 hours. So we are back. It's been 24 hours. Our bone broth has been cooking in the slow cooker. Oh my God, it smells so good. I wish you could smell it. So it's looking absolutely delicious. Now we're going to just strain all the little extra pieces out so that we can be left with just a nice smooth bone broth. So we need a ladle, your kind of like mesh strainer, a big bowl for your broth to come out of, and then I usually will use a mason jar to fill it up for broth that I'm gonna drink like today, tomorrow, whatever. So then we also use these like freezer containers for broth that we want to have later, and just we'll heat it up for lunches and a nice little snack. It's such a good, like if you're hungry, it completely curbs your appetite. It's just delicious. All right, so let's strain this. And that is my rotisserie chicken bone broth. So easy to make. Most of it is just slow cooking overnight. And it is so delicious. Made from just scraps that I would normally compost, throw out. Any bones that you have, you can use. If you have chicken wings, save the bones. Like if you have bone-on chicken, if you have beef bones, whatever you have, Thanksgiving, it's the best bone broth that we've had in the last year. It was incredible. But yeah, all of those bones that you have, just save them and make some broth. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe to my channel, maybe comment if you made it. Let me know what you think, what you want to see. I usually do pasta making content, but I'm doing more like food from scratch like this. But I do have, speaking of pasta, my cookbook coming out. If you love pasta and want to learn how to make it with or without a machine, it's a perfect beginner-friendly book. Great for the holidays if you want to gift it to anyone who loves food or cooking. They will love it. I have all my tips and tricks on how to make pasta, so I'll put the link in the description. But thanks guys so much for joining, and I hope you liked it. And follow Buona Pasta Club on all of the platforms. Yeah, have a great day.